When talking about professional sports, it never occurred to me the wage gap between men and women. I would have never thought that men get paid 10 times more than a woman does for the same profession. And today I'll be giving reasons on why men get paid more and pretty much treated better in the system. So first I'll be starting out with the equal pay in the system. Equal pay means the equal pay for the same amount of work under the same boss or association. The argument is that female and male sporting teams who have the same basic workload, responsibilities, and amount of games be paid the same basic wage by their sports governing body or the commission of it all. In 1963, the Equal Pay Act stated they would aim to abolish the wage disparity between men and women, but clearly today it still hasn't changed, and hopefully it will be soon, but we just don't know. The global gender wage gap overall sees women earning 63% of what men earn. While looking through some articles, I found that many different excuses people have used as to why men get paid more than women. And so let's begin with some of the myths. Myth number 1. Women's sports, they don't generate as much money as men's sports. Maybe if women were given the same opportunity, then this could change. But as of right now, it's true. In a way, it is true. They don't generate as much because they aren't broadcasted enough to draw attention to them. Women's sports are undervalued by media and by money. It's, again, if they got broadcast more and they were seen as athletes, then maybe that could change. Myth number 2, but women don't perform the same level as a man. Their bodies can't do what men do. Let me reread that. But women can't perform at the same level as men. Their bodies can't do what men's can. First of all, women's bodies can actually do a lot, more than they get credit for. If you're talking about pure speed and brute strength, then I guess you're considered right. Women can't do what men can, and they won't ever be able to, usually. But this is like comparing an apple to an orange. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But women aren't competing with men. They're competing with other women. So, again, this myth doesn't really make that big of sense. Also, men's bodies can't do what women's bodies do. Women are more flexible with their bodies, are efficiently converted calories into giving them greater endurance, and their bodies are more centered, so they have more gravity per se. Third myth, the physicality of some sports make them inherently less entertaining when women play them. There is nothing inherently less physical about women's sports. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a high school girls basketball game when two girls don't like each other on the teams. I mean, I know my friend, she couldn't stand this one girl, and she put her in a headlock during her basketball game. A headlock. So I don't know what is inherently less entertaining than that. The fourth myth, the men's field is more competitive than the women's field. They have to work harder to win. Ease of winning has nothing to do with compensation they deserve. It has nothing to do. Nothing. If you want something, you have to work for it. I mean, look at LeBron James and Steph Curry. They work every day. The women do the same thing. They train, they play, they do it all. Now that we know some of the myths, let's see some of the highest paid men and women in the same sport. So starting with basketball, we have Steph Curry plays for the Warriors, pretty big, he's well known. He makes $45,780,966. Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird are among the group of WNBA players who are making the Supermax salary of $221,450 in 2021. The wage gap is unreal. The fellow U.S. Olympians, Skylar Diggins-Smith and Brittany Griner, they also make the maximum salary, as do Dewana Bonner, Liz Cambage, and Elena Dunn. On to soccer. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo is pretty well known. He's set to earn $125 million before tax in the 2021-2022 season, with $70 million coming from salary and bonus for his return to United. Carly Lloyd. She's the highest paid female soccer player, and she makes $518,000. The issue between these pays is completely unfair and sexist. They're doing the same amount of things, like they're winning the same, they're doing everything the same, and they're still being treated unequally. It blows my mind. So let's summarize what we know about equal pay. Today, it is still unfair. They put the same amount of time, effort, and they accomplish just as much as men have. They want to be treated with equality and respect, as do most people that are alive. I mean, I've never met a person that said, "Oh, I don't want to be paid the same as man. Oh, I don't want to be treated equal." No, everybody wants to be treated equal. I don't know anybody that doesn't. Females need equality, not only in sports, but in life. Nobody likes watching a fixed game, so let's fix the game. Equal pay for women athletes is the first step towards fair play. If we do something as simple as that, we can solve so many problems in this world.